Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I want to talk about a couple of Mikes today. I'm talking about General Mike Flynn and Mike Davis. They were having a conversation over here on Twitter, and I kind of was following along pretty good just to figure out what their take is on what's going on today with James Comey. Is his ass really going to go to jail? Are they going to throw more charges at him? Are they licking their chops now? I'm talking about Pam Bondi licking her chops now because of the fact that we have now found the evidence, some more evidence, should I say, that proves that James Comey not only cooperated with the media to try to smear Trump, try to destroy Trump's presidency by spying on him and throwing all of his cabinet in jail, and Trump, and their phones, and so many other things, but they did it in such a malicious way that it was organized crime against the president, against the upcoming president. No doubt about it, folks. Bad news from the start, from 2015 all the way to 2024. These same bad actors have been doing their best to try to take Trump out, literally take him out with lawfare, kicking him off the ballot, trying to kill him, and spying on him since before he ever come down the escalator and showed up at the big White House. Sad case to be true, but we all know it now. A lot of us have known it a long time, but now this thing is starting to unfold like a blooming onion, because we're starting to find more and more details. Well, as of last week, James Comey was trying to get the case thrown out against him, his indictment, because of the fact there was insufficient evidence. Well, lo and behold, today, another burn bag in a skiff was found with some more James Comey's name and some other bad actors involved evidence. So if they don't do anything to this guy, like throw his fat ass in prison, if they don't do it, I want to know why, because it may take 6 months, it may take a year, it may be a bolo effect where they got to round up several at one time to get it done properly, because there's a lot of people all involved in this seditious conspiracy. If you don't know what a seditious conspiracy is, it's what all these people need to be charged with. It's 18 U.S.C. Section 2384, seditious conspiracy. If two or more persons conspire to overthrow, put down, or to destroy by force the government or the United States, that shall be fined under the title of or in prison no more than 20 years or both. Now that's the punishment. But seditious conspiracy is probably pretty easy to prove against, I would say, hundreds of people at this point. And the more we find out about James Comey, the more we find out it's going to be easy to keep his ass in prison, because we got so many pending charges that are going to be thrown at him. Once the charges start to drop, once the ball gets rolling, once the case gets to moving, it's going to be ugly. And one of the things that I think is a silver lining to the story that not everybody knows yet, James Comey, this information about the burn bag and the information in the burn bag, that James Comey was literally signing off on. Hey, let's talk to New York Post. Hey, let's do this. Hey, that's a great idea. Let's smear Trump. Let's work together to smear Trump. Got him dead to right, caught with his own handwriting. Now, what is he going to do when he gets to court? And he's got to deny that that was his handwriting, deny that he lied to Congress about ever doing any of these things that he is admitting on paper with a pen in his own handwriting that was definitely done. Seditious conspiracy. It's going to be bad for him, and I think it's going to be the same way for Clapper and Brennan as well. These people are so entrenched. Mr. Halpern, otherwise known as Mitch, on this particular burn bag memo that they found. These suckers were obviously in such a hurry to destroy evidence when they realized that Kamala Harris wasn't going to win. They didn't have time to get everything destroyed. There was so much dirt out there that they had conjured up on themselves by trying to go after Trump. I mean, there's obviously people got to sign off on things in order to do investigations. In order to spy on 400 people, you got to tell somebody's boss knows this stuff. And so the trickle-down effect of all the paperwork, all the minutiae involved, was too hard to hide. And the marching orders are still available, just a matter of where to find them. So many people deserve to go to jail behind this. And I do believe that it will happen this time because Trump's calling for it, Pam Bondi's calling for it, Bongino's calling for it, Cash Patel's calling for it. Every American citizen that I know is calling for it. Let's go ahead and play this clip of General Flynn saying just how we feel. Somebody's got to go to jail, and not just one guy go to jail for contempt of Congress or lying to Congress. No. We want everybody held accountable. All right, here we go.
There's got to be a sort of a coming to Jesus moment of national security emergencies that I think that the president and his team need to look at, because we're in a place where the former president of the United States, a former president, former director of national intelligence, former director of the CIA, former director of the FBI, a former presidential candidate and U.S. Senator and Hillary Clinton, and then others, and we can go through a whole raft of names, that they committed a conspiracy to not only undermine eventually a duly elected president of the United States, but undermine the country or the fabric of the Constitution of the United States of America.
I do like that song. I don't like Mick Jagger, but I do like that song. He's absolutely right. There was a 100% conspiracy, seditious conspiracy plan of action from 2015 all the way to 2024 to get Trump no matter what. Because if we don't, he's going to expose what we've been trying to do to him for 10 years. And guess what? That's exactly what's happened, folks. Poetic justice, karma, God's will, call it what you will. I think it's hopefully going to be justice and retribution for my needs. I need to see these people go to jail. I need to see people held accountable. That way it's never, ever, ever tried again against another politician. They shouldn't be able to come in and decide they don't like the current president and try to dethrone him with three-lettered agencies. That is BS if I ever seen it. The worst weaponization of government our country has ever been through. We went through 4 years of China-style tactics run by our Democrat Party and our three-letter agencies running roughshod over our entire country. I'm just glad it's over. Now I want to see some accountability just like the rest of you do. So on Inauguration Day in 2025, while millions of Americans were celebrating President Donald Trump's becoming our 47th president of the United States, scumbags inside the FBI were busy stuffing burn bags trying to get rid of any evidence of their wrongdoing. They were like, oh shit, Trump won. What are we going to do? We're going to have to work all night. We're going to have to work for days. We've only got a little bit of time. Actually, middle of January, we're going to be in trouble. I bet they stuffed burn bags and destroyed evidence for 2 months, and we're still finding dribs and drabs of stuff that seem to slide through the cracks. That's probably the truth of the matter. It says in this case document, unclassified case predication, says on or about on April 15, 2025, the Director Advisor team was informed that the unusual discovery of a highly classified and sensitive document found inside of 5 burn bags located in room 9582, a certified sensitive compartmentalized information facility, otherwise known as a SCIF, at the FBI headquarters in Washington, D.C. So they found it in a safe room, basically. 5 bags. A cursory inventory of the 9582 SCIF revealed that the existence of the classified documents, including documents believed to be official records inside the burn bags, which appeared to have been placed in the SCIF around the time frame of 2025 presidential inauguration. Meaning as soon as Trump won, they got him out of their main offices and they put him in the filing cabinet, otherwise known as the SCIF, the SCIF room, should I say, or the SCIF vault, and hoping that Trump would never have access to them. Says a brief view of the content of the burn bag revealed that some of the documents left behind may have come from a collection of records held by certain unidentified senior government officials at the FBI headquarters. Now, senior government officials, would that be James Comey, Christopher Wray, Would that be some of those people at the Southern District of New York that were working against Trump already? No telling how many people were involved, but actually, we know exactly how many people were involved, at least in the letter, because the letter was found and recovered, at least one, actually several documents they have now, which are now going to be exhibits, like Exhibit A, Exhibit B, Exhibit C, evidence against James Comey and his cohorts, which are, some of them are mentioned in James Comey's, like I said, own handwriting. It says the discovery of these burn bags contain highly sensitive records presumably intended for destruction, participating in an internal management review to determine whether there was a legitimate purpose and underlying motivation for storing such records in this manner inside 9582. No, they hid them. That's what it was. They basically stuck them in the sock drawer. This limited review was undertaken by a director of advisory team in approximately 60 days to examine the badge access entry logs to confirm with the FBI Information Management Division, the Security Division, to establish a chronological events involving what happened, who done it. This is what I can tell you about a skip. I work at L3, and there are skips in every building I work in, even in the hangars. They mostly keep hard drive documents, discs, flash drives, that type of stuff that doesn't need to be shared when it comes to like schematics of these vehicles, these planes that they're building. That stuff gets destroyed or left in a skip. Only two options. It doesn't get left anywhere else on the property. Skips, before I go in them, I have to take my phone out and hang it on the wall. I have to be checked in to the room by signing in. I'm on camera. I've got an escort, somebody that works in the skip, following me around the entire time I'm in there, no matter what I'm doing. If I'm in there to change a door closer, no matter what, on camera, badged in, and I'm sure this is the same there, badged in, escorted, all kinds of security protocols like login sheets where you have to say so-and-so checked in at this time. Every drop of information in the skiff isn't just there. It's documented coming and going, who had it, who touched it, who was looking through it. It's all documented, every single drop, just in case something disappears out of the skiff. They want to know who got it. That's how they catch people all the time, selling government documents to other countries. They find out in the end, they catch them with skiff footage. That's just a fact, folks. Now that they're reviewing this information, they will know exactly who did this. They'll know. It won't be long, and they'll find out the exact culprits that went in there and attempted to hide them this way. Crazy stuff, folks. But they're busted. They didn't think Trump was going to win. That was called the Trump card, folks, and it worked out great. They're still backpedaling and reeling and trying to figure this out and panicking. Absolutely. Now, this here is some of Mike Davis's evidence, and we're talking about exhibits. It says, this here is the actual letter. Trump attorney, U.S. Attorney Lindsey Halligan files public response to James Comey's motion to dismiss the indictment for vindictive persecution. That's what he tried to get thrown out of court. Well, now we have Exhibit 13, which includes bombshell damning evidence of then FBI Director James Comey's handwritten note of the FBI Director letterhead. Evidence all on paper. Dang. Got Hillary Rodham Clinton's name on here. HRC. We got JB. We're assuming that is Joe Biden. Or it could be John Brennan, and I'm guessing John Brennan. Up here it says Mitch. It's all scribbled out. The word on the street now is that's Mark Halperin. That was his code name. Mitch. And it says James Comey was talking about how he's saying this letter this needs to be pushed out to the New York Times, of course. So this is actual proof that James Comey was spreading the lies. Evidence Comey's knowledge and evident participation in the Russia collusion conspiracy against Trump. He was like saying, "Oh yeah, good job. Farm it out the New York Post, New York Times. They'll jump on it." Here's Exhibit 5, says Mike Davis. Note, says, hold on, let me back up a bit. It says James Comey from his burner Gmail with his alias Reinhold Niebuhr states to me, "No need at this point. It would be shouting at the wind. Someday they will figure it out. And this Jack and Ben point out, my decision will be one President-elect Clinton will be very grateful for, though it wasn't why I did it." So what he did is he got Hillary Clinton's email scandal basically thrown out. This is James Comey. And he's got documented proof saying, "Yeah, I did it." And he says, hopefully Hillary will remember me. He looked for promotion under the Hillary campaign when he thought she was going to win. Didn't work out that way. So Exhibit 5 even gets worse. I thought Clinton would be grateful, Jesus, for shitting on Trump, burying her email scandal. In Exhibit 7, in response to plenty of New York Times election Eve hit piece against Trump, then FBI Director James Comey tells the FBI Special Government employee Daniel Richman, who's been mentioned several times, "Well done, my friend. Who knew this would be so fun? Be so much fun, I'm sure." Exhibit 10 shows FBI Special Government employee Daniel Richman, a.k.a. Michael Garcia, another alias, is leaking an anonymous source to New York Times reporter Michael Schmidt on behalf of the FBI Director James Comey. So there was the farm it out to somebody down the chain, so James Comey didn't have to hand it off himself directly. Got the proof, got the emails, got the text. Busted. Another exhibit. Mike Davis says, "Lawyer up, motherfuckers. Justice is definitely coming." "Checkmate, Comey," Mike Davis says. "There's no evidence Lindsay Halligan doesn't know what she's doing. She's running a malicious conspiracy. Until the evidence showed up." Here's the full court docket. If you want to check it out, you're welcome to go over to Mike Flynn, or General Mike Flynn, or Mike Davis's channel, and they have got all the evidence of what is actually going on with the court proceedings, all the documentation, what they're fixing to throw the book at James Comey behind, including what we discovered today. Mike Davis says, "Cheers to Cash Patel, Bongino, Pam Bondi, and everybody. Now that we've found James Comey's handwritten note in a burn bag, ready for destruction, what now?" I think James Comey's going to jail. I think Jack Smith's going to jail. I have to believe that, folks. Something tells me that's the way it's going to go down. Folks, there's tons and tons of evidence out there about this. We've even found out this week that Jack Smith got Biden to give up Trump's phone records and his personal presidential phone to be spied on as well. Just another story. In other news, Marjorie Taylor Greene today went on The View and cackled with them like she's their best friend. I watched about 3 clips of it, and I was disgusted by it. And so let me just say this. Y'all are welcome to go watch the clips on Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm not going to put none here on the channel. It's just disgusting. I don't watch The View anyway, so I didn't miss much. Watched about 3 minutes of the clips, and I was like, what the hell happened to Marjorie? Now, we're all a little disappointed in the Republican Party for a lot of things, but we're in the middle of an election, including today, having elections in several states, and hopefully, if you have elections in your state or your county, you're out there voting today instead of listening to me. But truth be known, Marjorie Taylor Greene went on The View this morning and said she loves Trump, but she hates the Republican Party, and she screams at Mike Johnson, and Republican men are weak, and several other things that just make me wonder, who the hell is Marjorie Taylor Greene again? I thought she was on our team. Kind of strange. She did a whole lot of cackling with Joy Behar today. It was kind of weird. Well, the internet has been merciless today. Ever since that happened, it has been nothing but bombs dropped on Marjorie Taylor Greene. Y'all seeing what I'm seeing here? It says, I apologize to the internet for making Marjorie Cheney green. Oh, that's scary. Jesus, that is scary. This is one of many memes today flying off the handle over here on the Twitter, on X. You're welcome to come check it out. Come over here and type in MTG and you'll see what's trending. No doubt about it. They are destroying her for her weak-kneed rhino type stance today on that moo cow show, otherwise known as The View. I call it The Spew. That's what I got for you today, folks. There's lots going on in the world. Hopefully we're going to get some indictments that actually involve prison time for everybody that's guilty of all those heinous crimes that's been going on for the last 8 or 10 years. And all I can say to Marjorie is, don't be our next Liz Cheney. Please. I'm begging you, shut up. Just begging you, shut up while you can, before you lose all respect of every person in Georgia that may have to vote for you, because we need the numbers. Alright, folks, that's what I got for you today. Like, subscribe, and share, Devoted Patriots. Hope you enjoyed.